Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at just one single, really interesting source.
Oh, yeah. What do we got?
It's a piece of trading wisdom from Mansi, her trading tip 14. That goes. It took me 5 years to learn to play the game intelligently enough to make big money when I was right.
Hmm. 5 years. That's specific and quite a statement.
Right. So our mission today is really to unpack that. What's the deeper meaning here, for anyone trying to get better at something, not
Yeah.
just trading, but any skill?
Okay. Yeah, I see. Improving decision-making, expertise in general.
Exactly. And what grabbed me, like you said, is that phrase, play the game intelligently.
And the part about making big money when I was right, that implies being right isn't always the whole story.
Precisely. So let's dive in. That 5-year time frame.
Hmm.
What does that typically signal in terms of really learning something complex?
Well, it definitely suggests more than just reading a few books or taking a course. 5 years usually points towards deep immersion.
Deep immersion, like
Yeah.
a practical experience.
Exactly. It's about applying knowledge, hitting walls, figuring things out through trial, and, frankly, error. It's moving past knowing the basic rules to understanding the feel, the flow, nuances.
Okay, so it's not just theoretical, it's battlefield learning almost.
You could say that. It's where theory meets reality, and reality often throws you curveballs. So that adaptation period takes time, real time.
So if we just take this tip on its own, what could playing the game intelligently actually mean? What might that look like?
Based just on this, I'd say several things probably come into play. First, really knowing the environment. The rules, sure, but also the other players, the hidden dynamics.
Understanding the whole context, not just your little piece.
Right. Second, it's about strategy. Not just reacting, but having thought out plans, approaches for different situations.
Okay, makes sense. What else?
Then there's managing resources. In trading, that's capital, but it implies elsewhere too. Your time, your energy, your focus, and crucially, managing risk.
Risk management, always key.
Always. And maybe finally, it's about recognition. Spotting those moments, those setups where the probability is actually in your favor. Not just guessing, but intelligently identifying high probability opportunities.
So it's a package deal. Know the field, have a plan, manage your resources and risk, and know when to actually make your move.
Pretty much. It sounds like a very deliberate and comprehensive approach. Less gambling, more calculated execution.
Which brings us to that other part. Make big money when I was right? I find that so interesting.
Yeah.
Why isn't just being right sufficient? Shouldn't that be enough?
Well, that's where the execution piece comes in hard. You can be absolutely correct in your analysis, see something clearly others miss.
Right.
But if your timing is off, you jump in too early or too late.
The opportunity shrinks or disappears.
Exactly. Or maybe your analysis is spot on, but you don't commit enough resources. Your position size is too small. You were right, but the payoff is tiny. Insignificant even.
So you need the courage of your convictions, backed by appropriate action.
And you need to manage the emotional side too, right? Being right can feel good, but if you get overconfident or panic at the first wobble, even a correct initial idea can turn into a loss because you didn't execute intelligently throughout the process.
Okay, I see. So being right is maybe just the entry ticket. The intelligent play is how you actually capitalize on holding that ticket.
That seems to be the core message, doesn't it? The real skill, the mastery she's talking about after 5 years, isn't just having the insight, it's developing the whole system around it.
The system to translate being right into a significant positive outcome.
Yes. The intelligent application of knowledge, combined with patience, strategy, timing, sizing, all of it working together when your analysis lines up with reality.
So let's bring this home for you listening. Think about some area in your own life, could be work, a hobby, anything where you've gained some understanding, some skill.
Yeah, ask yourself, are you really playing that game intelligently enough? When you are right, when your understanding proves correct, are you maximizing that success? Or are there leaks?
Leaks, like poor timing or hesitation.
Or maybe not managing the risks well? Or not having a clear strategy for capitalizing? What would it actually look like for you to play that game more intelligently, to really make the most of it when you nail the analysis?
That's a really powerful thought to end on. What changes would you need to make?
Something to definitely ponder.